Welcome to Successful Noom Kitchen with Jim John Marks, where we prepare recipes which encourage us to enjoy our meals more and set us up for long-term success with our relationship to the food we eat based on the principles of the Noom program. Today we're going to talk about our broad principles for success with the Noom system. How you can enjoy food more and feel less like you're on a diet while you're eating. This is important because, as we know, dieting is not a particularly successful long-term approach to health and weight management. So don't choose a diet, choose a life plan. Success requires that you're satisfied with how your day goes and how you feel each day. Health includes stress reduction, and feeling like you're constantly missing out on the best things in life is not going to reduce your stress. Typically, when we talk about dieting, we mean things like increasing your exercise, counting your calories, focusing on either a low carbohydrate plan or a low fat plan. And the reason we're pushing the Noom system is that it draws the best things from each of these while avoiding some of the extremes that some of these bring in, which can cause challenges to a long-term plan. You must exercise more if you want to be healthy. Fitness is central to health, and exercise is central to fitness. It's key to have a routine in order to be successful and to do something that you enjoy in order to have a routine. Be realistic about your weather, so don't plan always to exercise outdoors if you live somewhere cold. Set goals that you know you can achieve, and then don't increase those goals until succeeding at the ones you have is habitual. Calorie counting works with your specific metabolic rate and teaches you what your body needs and expects. This teaches you the relationship between exercise and calorie increases, and it gives you direct control of your daily intake. The struggle with simply calorie counting is that one indulgence on a day at a party or at a festival event can mean going to bed hungry or completely blowing your budget for the day. And depending on the system you're using, this could set you back for some time. The low carbohydrate approach is useful to break psychological eating habits, eating because you're bored or eating your feelings. It teaches your mind to know when you're satisfied because of the fat and umami that you consume, but it's not ideal as a long-term plan. You can end up with a lot of redundant meals, and you can miss crunchy textures and other things which are hard to include. Fruits and vegetables are very hard to integrate because they tend to have carbs, and there is a long-term cholesterol risk. Low fat makes calorie targets seem more manageable because of avoiding calorie-heavy fatty foods, and it feels healthy and fresh while you're eating it, but the lack of umami can make a sense of satisfaction at the end of a meal elusive, and it requires access to quality produce and seafood year-round, which, depending on where you live, may be quite a challenge. As we said, Noom tries to combine aspects of all of these things. It focuses on physical fullness rather than psychological fullness. It teaches you nutrition density as the cornerstone of calorie counting, so that you never feel like you have an empty stomach when you've already hit your limit. It avoids the extremes of low fat and low carb to provide variety, and it adopts principles from both of them to promote satisfaction, and it's less of a diet and more of a long-term life plan. Establish exercise habits which aren't a chore. Be conservative with your calorie bonuses until you know the numbers you're getting from the system are correct for you. Plan how to eat each day before you begin, and consider a green breakfast and lunch solution that you can enjoy every day. Sauces and dressings pack a lot of flavor with a few calories, so these are a great way to bring in flavor and satisfaction in portions you control. Remember to have exercise routines and repeatable meals. Reducing your choice every day is actually psychologically liberating and reduces stress. On an ordinary day, save your most indulgent meal for last, which will promote a sense of expectation, which will improve your motivation to stick to your plan. A wonderful way to not feel as if you are actually on a diet. Consider batch cooking when you have the time to invest in something like smoking a brisket or rendering off a lot of vegetables to freeze for later. This can let you savor seasonal ingredients all year round when you can't get them. And if you freeze things off in reasonable portions, it makes them very easy to reuse later when you're too busy to start a whole meal from scratch. You can always bolster these items with fresh onions and vegetables and other ingredients to make them taste a little more fresh. Plan your meals as far in advance as possible, but accept the fact that plans sometimes change. Control your yellow and red ingredients during portioning. Don't cook everything in one pot. Create flexibility for everyone at the table by ensuring that those on different plans can adjust their meal to fit their plan. This empowers everyone to make good choices. If you have access to good seafood, make this your go-to protein because almost all of it is green. Save red meat for special occasions or for rewards for big bonuses. And remember that brown rice, whole wheat pasta, and russet potatoes are green all the time and make a great base for any meal. But also keep in mind, starches tend to lack flavor, so bring in those yellow and red calories in sauces and dressings to bolster those flavors to ensure satisfaction with each meal. Adult beverages made with club soda feel bigger than they are without adding any calories, and a home soda water solution makes this an easy way to habituate. Consider hot tea instead of coffee, even if you drink your coffee black, because tea has less caffeine, and you can re-steep the same leaves throughout the day, which will keep you more full and more hydrated without adding any calories to your intake for the day. Make plans, but know that they have to be flexible. Plan achievable goals because success breeds success. Habituate completing your goals before you challenge yourself to increase your habits. And if you stick to these principles, you will be able to enjoy success with your life plan. Thank you for watching this episode of Successful Noom Kitchen with Jim John Marks. If you have questions about this episode, please comment and we will do our best to address your concerns. If you enjoyed this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up, and if you are interested in all our videos, please subscribe. All music in these episodes are my own compositions, available from my Bandcamp location, the URL for which is on the screen and in the channel info. Please note I am not associated with Noom Incorporated in any way, and all content is entirely my responsibility.